Imagine standing before a universe not in the stars, but within yourself, a world so vast and intricate that it hums with life in every moment. Each human organ, from the heart that beats tirelessly to the liver that filters silently, contributes to an astonishing symphony of function and balance. These organs are not isolated, they are participants in an elaborate conversation, exchanging signals, energy, and resources, ensuring the body adapts, survives, and thrives. Understanding them is less about memorizing names and locations and more about appreciating the intelligence, coordination, and resilience they embody. The heart pumps with remarkable consistency, yet it is not merely a mechanical organ. It senses demand, adjusts rhythm, and responds to signals from the nervous system and hormones to maintain circulation and balance. The lungs inhale and exhale, not only providing oxygen and removing carbon dioxide, but also influencing pH, blood flow, and even neural activity, linking breath to both physiology and emotion. The brain, a universe of neurons, interprets the body's signals and the external environment, orchestrating movement, perception, and thought, while continuously adapting through learning and memory. The liver and kidneys work quietly yet indispensably, filtering toxins, regulating nutrient balance, maintaining blood pressure, and supporting metabolic harmony. The digestive organs, including the stomach, intestines, and pancreas, transform food into energy, nutrients, and chemical signals that influence hormones, appetite, and systemic health. Even smaller organs, such as the spleen, thymus, and endocrine glands, act as regulators, defenders, and communicators, coordinating immunity, growth, and hormonal balance. Each organ reflects an elegant balance between autonomy and interdependence. They perform specialized tasks while remaining intimately connected to every other system, responding to stress, repair, and environmental changes. Observing them with curiosity reveals that the body is not merely a collection of parts, but a living, adaptive ecosystem where each organ contributes to the continuity of life, health, and the experience of being human. The heart and lungs work in tandem to circulate blood, deliver oxygen, and maintain systemic balance throughout the body. The heart is far more than a simple pump. It is a responsive organ that senses the body's demands and adjusts its rhythm and force accordingly. With every beat, it propels blood through an intricate network of arteries, veins, and capillaries, ensuring that every tissue and organ receives the oxygen and nutrients necessary for survival. The lungs complement this process by facilitating gas exchange, drawing in oxygen from the air and releasing carbon dioxide, a byproduct of cellular metabolism, while also influencing the body's acid-base balance and pH regulation. During physical activity, the heart and lungs adapt dynamically. Heart rate increases, stroke volume rises, and the lungs expand more fully to meet elevated oxygen demands, ensuring that energy production in muscles remains efficient and uninterrupted. Even at rest, these organs perform subtle, continuous adjustments, maintaining oxygenation, blood pressure, and homeostasis. The interaction between the cardiovascular and respiratory systems is not merely mechanical, it is tightly regulated through signals from the nervous system and hormones, allowing the body to respond instantaneously to changes in activity, stress, or environment. Beyond their physiological functions, the heart and lungs influence overall well-being in ways that are both tangible and subtle. Oxygenated blood fuels mental clarity, alertness, and cognitive performance, while efficient circulation supports nutrient delivery, waste removal, and immune function. Breathing patterns affect mood, stress response, and autonomic regulation, linking emotional states with physical processes. Together, the heart and lungs embody a delicate balance between responsiveness and stability, showcasing the body's ability to adapt, regulate, and sustain life continuously, highlighting how essential these organs are, not just for survival, but for vitality, resilience, and the integrated functioning of the entire human body. The brain is the body's command center, a vast network of neurons that interprets sensory input, coordinates movement, and regulates both conscious and unconscious processes. Each signal is analyzed, processed, and transformed into responses that ensure survival, adaptation, and efficiency. Whether it is a reflexive action like pulling your hand away from a hot surface, a complex motor skill like balancing while walking, or a cognitive task like solving a problem, the brain orchestrates these activities with extraordinary precision. Neurons communicate through electrical impulses and chemical neurotransmitters, creating a system capable of remarkable speed and accuracy. Networks of neurons form specialized regions, each responsible for different functions such as movement, memory, sensation, or emotion. Yet these regions constantly collaborate, sharing information and adapting based on feedback. Learning and experience strengthen neural connections, allowing repeated actions to become more efficient and enabling the brain to refine coordination and decision-making over time. The brain also regulates involuntary processes essential for life. Through the autonomic nervous system, it controls heart rate, breathing, digestion, and hormone release, maintaining homeostasis without conscious effort. It interprets feedback from organs and tissues, adjusting physiological responses to meet energy demands, respond to stress, or recover from injury. Beyond physical coordination, the brain shapes perception, emotion, and cognition. It connects physiological states with mental and emotional experiences, influencing mood, motivation, and thought patterns. The interplay between the brain and the body demonstrates a profound integration where sensory input, internal signals, and environmental factors converge to guide behavior, maintain balance, and optimize health. Observing the brain in action reveals not only its complexity, but also its central role in sustaining life, supporting adaptation, and connecting mind and body in a continuous, dynamic dialogue that underpins the human experience. The liver, kidneys, and endocrine organs form a crucial network that regulates metabolism, detoxification, nutrient balance, and hormonal harmony, maintaining the body's internal environment with precision and adaptability. The liver acts as a central hub for metabolism, processing nutrients absorbed from the digestive system, storing energy in the form of glycogen, and regulating blood sugar levels to ensure a steady supply of fuel for the body. It also filters toxins, drugs, and metabolic waste, converting harmful substances into forms that can be safely eliminated. By performing these functions continuously, the liver sustains both energy balance and overall health, adapting its activity to meet the body's changing demands. The kidneys complement this work by regulating fluid balance, electrolyte levels, and blood pressure. They filter the blood, removing excess salts, metabolic byproducts, and toxins, while conserving water and essential nutrients. Through this process, the kidneys maintain homeostasis, ensuring that cells and organs function in an optimal environment. They also produce hormones that influence red blood cell production, calcium metabolism, and blood pressure regulation, linking their activity to multiple systems throughout the body. Endocrine organs, including the pancreas, thyroid, adrenal glands, and pituitary, act as chemical messengers, releasing hormones that regulate metabolism, growth, stress responses, and reproductive function. The pancreas controls blood sugar by releasing insulin and glucagon, while the thyroid adjusts metabolic rate to match energy demands. The adrenal glands modulate stress responses through cortisol and adrenaline, and the pituitary orchestrates other endocrine organs, maintaining overall hormonal balance. Together, these organs operate both autonomously and in coordination with each other, constantly adjusting to internal signals and environmental challenges. Their combined activity ensures that the body's metabolism is balanced, toxins are cleared, and hormones are precisely regulated.
Observing their functions reveals a sophisticated interplay that supports energy, resilience, and overall well-being, illustrating the elegance and intelligence of the body's regulatory systems in sustaining life, health, and the capacity to thrive in a constantly changing environment. The digestive organs, including the stomach, intestines, pancreas, and associated structures, serve as the body's primary interface for transforming food into energy, nutrients, and chemical signals that influence every system. Digestion begins with the mechanical and chemical breakdown of food, where enzymes and acids decompose complex molecules into smaller components such as glucose, amino acids, and fatty acids. These nutrients are absorbed through the intestinal walls and transported via the bloodstream to cells throughout the body, providing the essential materials for energy production, growth, repair, and maintenance. This process is not isolated, it is